I'm Matt Sargent with ABC Acres. We're out here today in our greenhouse. We're going to do a review of the self-watering bucket system. In case you missed that video, check it out. We'll show you how to build one of these. These are doing awesome. They're great. We've had cucumbers in them. We planted them in March, and we're using the roller hook system. We'll take a little look at that in a second because I'm going to lower one down and do some treatment on one of our cucumbers. But we've had these cucumbers in here since March. Late April we started harvesting cucumbers. It was awesome. We had cucumbers before May. We've probably lowered these things from the ceiling enough with the roller hooks that they've gone probably up to the ceiling at least twice, if not 3 times. It's mid-June now, and we're starting to notice a little decline in their health. So we're going to cover, not health, but productivity. So we're going to do 2 things. We're going to talk about one, show you the other. But all in all, if you're looking for an easy, low maintenance way to grow crops and you have limited space, these self-watering buckets are awesome. With the cucumbers, as we've been harvesting and lowering string on the trellis from the roller hooks, we've also been hard pruning them. We definitely had to do a hard pruning when they started growing to keep it to 1 central leader. The plant learned really quick. We're just doing 1 liter and it stopped sending out suckers. But as we've been playing string out and lowering the trellis, we've also been hard pruning and pruning off all the leaves. In just a little bit, we'll prune off these ones here that are below the fruit. Anything below the fruit or below where we've already harvested fruit is unnecessary. But basically I said that we've seen a decline in productivity from these cucumbers. We've started new plants. About half of these buckets that we have going, we're just going to take the plants out, let the roots die in the potting mix, plant a new cucumber and start training it. But so we have cucumbers in the meantime. The other ones we're going to lower all the way down as far as we can, give them a good prune, and then we're going to use the serpentine layering technique to get them to reroot, and we'll see renewed vigor and productivity with those plants. So take a sec. Sit back, watch me lower this plant, and we'll get right back into it. So we just lowered the plant. We're to the point where we only have about 3 feet coming up from this point. And as I mentioned, any of these leaves below where the fruit is, they're unnecessary for the fruiting of the plant. So we're just going to prune them off. And now we're going to talk about serpentine layering. It is a propagation technique that you can use for a lot of plants. Roses do really well with it. But if you ever see serpentine, this is one way of propagating a plant. But basically, we're going to take this clip off. These little clips are what keep the cucumber attached to the string in case you've never used a roller hook system. They work really well. They're reusable. We're going to set that aside, and basically we're going to make sure that we have a node, and we're going to take that. We're actually going to use this node. Where's my knife? I'm going to clean it up a little bit, but it'll definitely root at the node. Cucumbers, kind of like tomatoes, if you bury any part of the vine, they will root, but it is always best to have a node when you're trying to root. So we basically take this, we gotta remove the string so we don't bury the string with it, but we're gonna take this node, dig a hole right here, bury it, and we'll get new rooting and basically have a new plant. As you saw, pretty simple. Took some of the dirt out, buried the vine, put some more dirt in, topped it with compost. Since these are self-watering buckets and They're primarily a potting mix. There's not a lot of nutrients in it. As we monitor activities, we're more than likely going to add a dash of Epsom salt just for calcium, and another dash of an organic all-purpose garden fertilizer, just to make sure these plants have the food they need to produce. But that is how to serpentine layer cucumbers, and we'll do that with probably one more, if not two more, of these older cucumber plants, just so we have cucumbers while the new plants that we'll be planting out and replacing the old ones with establish themselves and start to fruit. As always, thanks for joining us. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section below. And until next time, happy growing.